Because, I mean, to be fair, one of the defining traits of aliens is that they should be alien. If we understood them completely, they would just be us. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back to another Apocalypse Hotel. Last episode was the first episode, so, very first contact with everything on screen. I have set up a board for it, of course. Um, I don't know how much there's actually going to be kept track of in this show, because it occurs to me that this could be like a time of eve, restaurant in another world, that sort of scenario, where it's just going to be transitioning from different guests to a unique setting where the main cast stays the same, but the guests, just affect things as they pass through, and we learn about those people one by one. Essentially, it's more of a slice of life monster of the week, right? A monster of the week show. You get a new monster, you fight, you learn about that, and then they pass on, go away, whatever, by the end of the show. I mean, by the end of the episode. This is the slice of life version where you just meet a new person every time, and then they go away by the end, and you move on. I'm assuming that that is what this might be. Just the unique build-up setting of it is what gets to me. But yeah, we have our main staff of the hotel. You have Driller Robot who died. You have the owner. It's been almost 100 years. The dude's dead. He was old when we saw him the first time. And then, of course, we have the alien guest who showed up at the end of the episode. So, these are everybody that we will be dealing with so far. Again, the end credits had like a Tanuki family. I have no fucking idea what to do with that. So, otherwise, though, I did take notes. So let's go ahead and hop into the notes real quick. Ginza is the setting where the Gungaru Hotel is located. According to Google, one of the city's top shopping districts, Ginza is packed with upmarket boutiques and ritzy cocktail and sushi bars. Fine jewelry is sold in the 1930s Wako Honken department store, while ultra-modern Ginza Place specializes in high-tech electronics. On weekends, a main drag, Shuroduri, becomes a stylish pedestrian promenade. Traditional Japanese dance and drama is staged at the landmark Kabukiza Theater. And speaking of said Ginza Waku department store, I apologize for you watching in stream. I will show this in the overlay when the episode goes out in editing. The department store that was mentioned in that description is the hotel. The Wako Hokan department store from the 1930s is the hotel of the show. It seems that there were at least 7 other humanoid robots on staff beyond our main one, assuming that everyone in shot was a robot and that none were human. The narrator also claims that the hotel was one of the earliest adopters of hotelier robots. One of, not the first or only. So despite how many broken down robots we've seen, it's not impossible that this isn't the only place still operating on the face of the earth. The phenomenon starts in Mexico. Unknown if it's a virus, but we see shots of dead primates in the jungle. The worry is that it will spread globally. The news then shows those ape deaths as having been in South America, showing that it is already spread. The expert on TV calls it a mutagen and references vascular plants. Sorry, I've never said this word out loud before. Petridophytes, in particular, which are plants that reproduce by means of spores. Spores. Implying that plant spores have become deadly to animals and is filling the air at a high rate. I believe it was Phil Fisher in our last chat that pointed out that infortunium was basically misfortunetunium. Some other news articles. Consumption tax hits 50%. A little note from me. That is 5 times what it currently is. In Japan, I mean. Astrology Council Chief Yarisawa press conference. Lem receives Fiasco Science Award. Paper Zoo finally opens. They're all in the same grouping with the fact that the Infortunium global populations. Sorry, I'm just misspeaking all of this. That the pollution levels could lead to extinction. All buildings and indoor spaces had to be sealed airtight before the end. So what I would have to assume is that the hotel would be as well, right? Would that mean that the lobby is pressure sensitive so that every time the front door is opened, the higher pressure air inside the building pushes out instead of letting any air from the outside in? Sorry, I said pressure sensitive. I meant pressure positive. If you've ever been to a place where you open the door and you get hit by a burst of air, it's because the inside of the building is a higher pressure than the outside. It's like a airlock. The fact that the owner wasn't wearing head protection, as was advised, is somewhat concerning towards how this place may or may not have been following the health advisories. Granted, in the end, none of that mattered. Just trying to place it in the realm of expectations is all. We started building undersea and space shelters, so there could still be humans on Earth, just underwater. We see the undersea ones in at least one shot, though the subtext of being built at a rapid pace could imply poor craftsmanship and imply that they didn't last. Likewise, we see space shelter stations for those escaping into space, as well as the interstellar arcs that we see getting launched from all over the world. They got 18 waves deep into the applications before we see and hear about people getting attacked and ruins of places being scavenged. So, in one shot, we see sheep wearing gas masks, implying that it is in all non-plant forms of life being affected. Though, I'd assume fish would remain safe. If you breathe air, it is impossible to live in the open on Earth anymore. I take it that the fact that we see a squirrel of some sort at the beginning of the episode, after all the humans have gone, to mean that the Infortunium crisis has passed, and whatever creatures survived are now the masters of the Earth. It's day 36,475, meaning that it's been 99.9 years since humanity left. In fact, the day of the episode was 4/12/2157, meaning that she took over acting control of the hotel on 5/31/2057. She has told Doorman Robot that she isn't a guest and can open the doors herself 4,682 times, meaning she tells him this about once a week. Conceivably, however, this problem wasn't present at the start and it only became more evident closer to the present. So, more likely, she tells him all the time now and less when it first started happening. The fact that they are serving meat does concern me, though, as it would have three different implications. One, they have the best freezers ever, and the meat never goes bad, but it would still deteriorate over time, so it's possible the chef bot has no idea what the food he's serving tastes like. Two, they are serving rotten meat. Three, they are hunting animals for no reason, as no one is eating the food. I wrote myself a note about the 10 Commandments of the hotel, so no reason to really read that out. I'm not exactly sure what brought Driller Robot down. It feels like it's implied that wear and tear over a long period of time was at work, but the surprise she has at him being down almost feels like that isn't the case. When I saw her looking at all the broken down robots in the basement and thanking Drillerbot for his service, I had noted how many of them had broken down with time, but pausing on the scene and taking it in, maybe it's human bias, but the number of humanoid robots in the pile just laying beside one another really makes it hit home harder, the particular sense of loss being invoked by the scene. It's also a bit odd that she is filling out actual paperwork, implying that the hotel was stocked with over 100 years of daily report sheets. And my last note here, I feel like the ending, before the alien arrives, is meant to express that after 99 years, the robots have begun developing personalities of their own. The main girl discovers despair, Doorman discovers desire. At least that's my interpretation of that. That being said, though, those were my notes. That's the board. I say let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
All right, alien guy with a suitcase.
愛すべきお客様にハートフルな京都最高の笑顔をようこそホテル銀河楼へ
Well, okay, well, we're gonna get an actual opening now. Which, unfortunately, as I say with every episode of every show, I have to talk over. But of course, if there is something here to analyze, I will come back with my notes next time and discuss whatever we see here. Of course, Patreon people will be seeing the opening. YouTube people will be seeing the small little window at the bottom. I guess the element at play here is the fact that they do say that the hotel has to innovate with the times and its guests. So the fact that they're now going to be serving not inhuman, non-human robots. Sorry. I panned over to the opening and the Tanukis are dancing around. It just really threw me. And I just said what I saw, which was robots. That they're going to be serving non-humans, right? Aliens, and I guess whatever the Tanukis turn out to be. Meaning that they're going to have to adapt the hotel to a whole new premise of serving. Of course, unless humans do show up at some point. In which case, I guess that wouldn't change anything. Of course, the Tanukis are humanoid, so this might be more of the same. I'm really gonna have to figure out this whole Tanuki thing is, though. Tradition evolves with innovation. There you go. Literally what I was just saying.
本日ご予約はされていませんが、ご宿泊でよろしいですか?
You have a translation circuit? I appreciate that she's programmed with a bunch of languages.
Do you need a room for the night? 请问你是要住宿吗? Souhaitez-vous passer la nuit ici? Desidera pernotare
If he does know a human language, that could... Not worth a shot, right?
眠るのをご希望ですか? 眠るのをご希望ですね.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm figuring this out.
宿泊名簿にご記入をお願いいたします. No nema. こちらにご記入を.
Okay, I thought it meant it was going to eat carbon.
お客様、失礼ですが、お名前を口頭で教えてください。私はやしよ。あなたは
I didn't know we got their name last time.
ノージュージャーマー様でよろしいでしょうか?
Hard C as an affirmative.
こちらがお部屋の鍵でござい
I
ます。
did not anticipate communication was going to be a problem. But I appreciate it.
かしこまりました。それでは直接お部屋にご案内いたします。
Because, I mean, to be fair, one of the defining traits of aliens is that they should be alien. If we understood them completely, they would just be us. If it, I'm more surprised how shocked it is. What did it think it came here for?
清掃の際に補充いたしますので、そのままで結構です。こちらに当ホテルの決まり事、各施設のご利用方法が書かれておりますが、何かありましたら私にご連絡ください。
Yeah, the TV is gonna be real boring.
レストランもご利用になれますので、もしもお腹が減っているようであれば、こちらへお越しください。
That'll be a pause and read next time.
こちら浴室となっております。そうです。シャンプーハットです。ご利用
Something
に
to
な
be
ります
proud about.
シャンプーハットご利用ですよね。
Yeah, it seems like a negative response
シャ
to
ンプ
it.
ーハットがなくてもホテルは運営できます。今日から405号室は地球外生命体専用にしましょう。
ちょっと待てジョーちゃん、地球外生命体は宿泊者対象になるのか？
え？確かに動物やペットの宿泊はできません。ですが当ホテル
Well, that's gonna be a problem with the Tanuki gang, I guess.
項目がない以上、動物扱いにもできません。特別措置としてお客様のカテゴリーを更新し、地球外生命体を追加しましょう。
I guess you'd have to Yeah, I guess you'd have to eliminate animals, because otherwise then you'd be letting in every animal off the street, because now the street's filled with animals.
それでは100年ぶりのお客様にハートフルな京都最高の笑顔を提供しましょう。こちらメインのお料理になります。
So it eats with its eyeball, which I guess I assume puts it back in the hole. I don't think he likes it. Again, though, also the fact they don't have translation circuits. They can only speak the languages they were programmed to speak. I don't get it. Also, is he really an alien? Because I can't believe an alien wouldn't understand what laundry is. I guess more than that, where is its ship? Or anybody else of its kind? Okay, it's the thing it basically did the first time, where like the puff went out everywhere. So I don't think it's poisoning the fish.
本日で3日目のご滞在になりますが、お客様は満足してくださっているのでしょうか。意思の疎通ができているのか不安です。確かにご不満があれば出て行かれるとは思いますが、この辺りは他に営業しているホテルもありませんし。
I mean, y'all could be the oddity here. The one weird spot on Earth that has things native to Earth on it.
なんでしょう。
驚いた。まさかこんなところに営業中のホテルがあったとはな。
We saw a ton of these in the opening. When humanity was getting on the ships to leave and everything. They were like being mass produced at a factory.
ようこそホテル銀河。
Didn't know what they were for though.
今ようこそって言ったか。よせよ、俺は客じゃないぜ。
はい。
Baby.
話の前に、こいつは大丈夫なのかい？いつもすまねえな、ジョーちゃん。なんだ、ずっとこんな調子なのか？
なんとかしてあげたいのですが。
お客様のためにドアを開けてぶっ壊れるなら本望さ。
この方お客様じゃないそうです。
何？危ないところだったな。
それであなたは？
俺が誰かって？
I mean, it is what I said in my notes though.
この俺は環境チェックロボだ。
Oh, he's Eve from
環
Wall-E.
境チェックですか？
いや、地球から飛び立つ人類が再び戻ることを夢見て世界各地に残したのが俺たち環境チェックラボ。
世界各地。
しばらくは仲間同士でワイワイやってたが、少し前にオセアニアのやつからの更新も途絶えちまった。今はすっかりスタンドアローン。
Okay, maybe the ones in the opening that were wearing gas
この星の
masks
大気や水やその他を調べ、人類が生きていけるかを判断できるのは
were
俺た
just
ち
people being crazy and putting gas masks on
希
sheep.
望の少々と言ってもいい。
希望。
そう。そんでもって急にこの辺りの環境数値が異常に変化してな。おいおい、何事だってんで見に来たわけさ。そしたらどうだい、妙な船だ。しかも乗ってたやつは生きてて移動してるときた。
No, that was the question I was asking. Where's his ship?
ここに何か来なかったか？
お客様以外は。
I wonder if that means that the aliens only here because the atmosphere that it breathes is the thing that the plants are doing
他の星から。
that caused humanity to leave.
完全にあの船の持ち主じゃねえか。何やってんだ？
わかりません。
オッケー、ちゃちゃっと処理しよう。
待ってください。
心配ねえ。俺たち
I mean, this makes
には
no
そういう
sense.
機能もついてんだ。
あの方は当ホテルのお客様です。
地球にとってもお客様だって言えるのかい？
え？
消し済みになりな。
I mean, he might be the source of the environment changing around here.
いけません。それでもあの方は当ホテルのお客様なんです。
I don't get why you would.
ひとまずあいつが客で。
Well, I would say I don't get why you would build massive weapons into your environmental checking robots, but
客じゃない。
Eve.
即番だ。少しの間ここにいさせてもらうぜ。
Sorry, the thing on the side was saying miles per hour. The thing wasn't moving, so I don't know what it was measuring.
Hey, いや違う。一つ聞きてえんだが、なんでこんなこと続けてる？人っ子一人いねえってのに。
いずれ人類が帰ってくる時までこのホテルを。
Yeah, but say the only person who would know
それが
if humans are even still out there is you, who's sending
あん
transmissions.
た本気か？
はい。
俺はこの100年間担当地域を回りながら何千何万回と空に向かって環境状態の報告を飛ばしてきた。
今もですか？
逐一報告してるぜ。
人類からはなんて。
ここ数十年一度も返信はない。
That's what I was saying. We're fucking dead.
見事なまでに音沙汰なし。
That or it is literally a Wall-E situation.
人類が帰ってくる確率は 0.02% だ。根拠は only。
But what about the ones underwater? Are they dead too?
生き残ってんのかどうかもわからねえってことさ。
I mean, legit, just delete the information.
終わりです。人類は戻って
Don't take the information in, delete it
お客
immediately.
様のこと
Purge it.
もわからない。終わりです。
言わねえ方が良かったか。
I mean,
お待たせ
literally
いたしました
almost 100 years now.
カ
It's
シャ
been
ゴ
your
とオマーレ
whole
ーベの
purpose for
壊れで
living.
ございます。
I understand the depression involved in it. I mean, at least he discovered something it likes. And Doorman's getting a kick out of it.
お帰りなさいませ。
You're not smiling. You're supposed to be smiling.
ごゆっくりとおくつろぎください。
I don't know. I
では
mean,
本日も
I
お
can't
客様を
force
笑顔
her,
で迎えましょう。
or I can't
愛すべきお
force
客
my
様に
desire
ハートフルな京都、最高の
for
笑顔を。
her to live up to the thing that she's supposed to do when literally it's a what's the point situation, right?
あの野郎、俺が処分する前に死んじまうぜ。
Yeah, I was gonna say, he didn't seem to be having a problem. I have to imagine she's watertight. Oh, the owner lives on in memory.
ぴどくやられたらしいな。
お客様に42分7秒。副支配人に78分24秒叱られてしまいました。
それは大変だ。
私
I
は
could not imagine
お
yelling
客
at
様の
anybody
心がわからない不良品のようで
for over
す。
10 minutes, let alone
廃棄
half
処
an
分にし
hour
てくだ
to
さい。
over an hour.
俺がお前たちロボットを雇ってホテルを経営すると言った時、多くの人間が不可能だと笑った。成功確率は 0% だと。
0%。
ああ。だが俺は気にせず進めた。
なぜですか？
人とロボットが分かり合えるかどうかは確率で考えるもんじゃねえ。可能性で考えるもんだ。いいか？
Of course, my guy would be like this.
覚えておけ。
I mean, literally every RPG I've ever played where robots were a thing,
ぶっ壊れち
I
まった
push
か
the robot angle. So I'm glad that my guy
確
is
率
this
よりも
way.
可能性です。
可能性ってのは何のことだ。
私の AI によれば、シャンプーハットがなかった場合のホテル銀河楼存続率は 0%。しかし、宇宙人のお客様はシャンプーハットを必要としませんでした。
それで
以上です。
Okay, she has 2 different changes of dress.
和敬静寂というお茶の心が込められた言葉があります。互いに心を開き、互いを尊重し、何事にも清らかであること、そして穏やかで動じない心でいること。この言葉はどんな他者とも通じ合える可能性を与えてくれるとオーナーは言っていました。
いいか
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know anything about tea
これだけは覚えておけ。
ceremonies.
望みが叶わない確率より叶う可能性を信じろ。お前の AI が思うままに振る舞えばいい。茶と同じだ。
I mean, no wonder she's the one that survived. She got all the time with the owner.
どうぞ。
Okay, I thought this was all in the alien's mind. I don't know why our girl was going through this too. Yeah, never mind.
当ホテルでのご滞在はいかがでしたでしょうか。
すぬなわきあるみペリュー
I imagine putting everything on.
いただいて良いのでしょうか。
Again, I'm trying to figure out putting everything on top of your head when its head is its mouth and its hand at the same time.
お客様、お待ちください。
You didn't pay?
お会計がまだです。
There we go.
これまでの宿泊料金、各種サービスのご利用代金を合わせました金額
Yeah,
が
it's a
こちらにな
lot,
り
but
ます。
doesn't feel like actually a lot for this place.
のねま
お金を持っていないのですか。
あしる
オッケー、客じゃねえな。処理するぜ。
いけません。これが地球のお金です。
You're encouraging him to rob the ruins of a bank to then give you the money to pay for. Okay.
従業員一同、またのお帰りをお待ちしております。
Tell your friends.
またのお帰りときたか。
ええ、一度お越しいただいたらいつまでもお客様です。
A good rule to have when you have this, like, gun robot moving around. One to shoot non-guests.
皆さん、お疲れ様でした。次のお客様にも最高のおもてなしを提供しましょう。
I mean, one guest in 100 years? Not bad considering the race that gets served is dead.
エクスプロラミッション宇宙人への接客を達成。新機能沸騰ポットが追加。
わお、ヌードルが食べやすくなったな。
Sorry, did the owner program Easter eggs in? Weird. Also means that she has a bunch of abilities to unlock that she doesn't know that she has. Granted, they might not be useful, considering one is apparently a kettle. Very confusing episode. But hey, we introduced Robo Environmental Checker guy, which goes against the entire thing that I was worried might be coming in the series. I thought maybe every episode this was going to be a dark anime, right? And we were going to lose one of the robots. And we would slowly be whittling our way down to having no staff left. And then the last robot, clearly our main character, having to deal with that. Oh, okay. I guess no next time on. I paused because I was waiting to see that. But in fact, this episode, we gained a robot, right? Granted, he gave us terrible news that apparently humanity might actually be dead, and 0.0002% chance of humanity coming back in the next 100 years. Not great. I mean, I can appreciate that might be the dark turn. But we've already established that it's been 100 years, humanity didn't come back. Kind of can already take that as a given, right? So, otherwise, I mean, I enjoyed it. it's an enjoyable show. I'm not going to put this like high marks so far because it was very confusing. Like the entire episode, I'm trying to figure out what the alien is trying to say, and at best, I can only figure out when it's like, oh, red, and like, oh no, it doesn't like this, or little anime cheek blush marks. It's like, oh, okay, it appreciates that. Otherwise, no idea what it's doing. But again, to what I said before, the defining characteristic of an alien is being alien. Otherwise, though, I guess we also learned that she only has a pre-programmed set of human languages to go by, and apparently she can't translate as they go. No universal translator from Star Trek, as you will. So if new aliens show up, she's not going to be able to know, and she's going to have to try and figure her way through. If the Tanukis speak English, I don't know how they would. Maybe again, the fact that they're humanoid, maybe that's going to be the thing. Maybe humans do come back, but what they've done is that they have, if it turns out that the animals are immune to the pollution, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that they cross genetics themselves with animals, and that's why they can come back, and that's going to be the source of the Tanukis. I hope it's not going to be something like she pours the vial out and it touches a Tanuki and they evolve into humans. I don't know. That would just be weirder for me than what I'm suggesting. But then again, I'm not going to blame a show for not living up to my expectations. Because again, my expectations just come from me. Who the hell knows what the creators thought while they were making this? I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up there on my post-episode thoughts, because I'm still very much enjoying the show, but I feel like it needs to make a step in a direction that will let me know what we're going to be doing from now on. 2 episodes in, and I'm still more focused on the depression of the robots trying to find a purpose to their lives than I am the conceit of the hotel searching for guests. And maybe if that's the purpose, they need to push themselves a little bit harder in that direction. That said, though, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?